6.2 tons of elephant. Rambo is 40 years of age, and Rambo has not reached maximum height or weight yet. Wow. Elephants reach maximum height and weight when they're around about 45, 50 years of age. Rambo will still put on another ton, and he will still grow another half a meter tall. Wow. How I know that he hasn't reached maximum height or weight is when I go to Rambo's boma at night, he's lying down on his side and sleeping, which tells me he hasn't reached maximum height or weight. When elephants do reach maximum height and weight, they no longer lie down on their sides and sleep. First of all, they won't be able to get back up. And second of all, they'll block off the blood circulation on the one side of their body and they'll probably get a heart attack. So how do they sleep? They sleep for the last 15 to 20 remaining years of their life on their feet. They'll find a large tree or boulder and lean up against it. Their trunk and their tusks are also getting heavier now. So they'll find a nice V in the tree, put their trunk and their tusks over like that, lock their knees and take short naps like that throughout the day. Okay, let's not leave Rachel out. Rachel is 40 years of age as well, but she's 8 months older than Rambo. Rachel weighs in at 4.2 tons of female elephants. Guys, just to differentiate between the males and the females, if you cannot see the bottom half of the elephant to identify, look at Rambo's forehead structure, his forehead. It's much more rounded than Rachel's. When Rachel gives you a nice profile, you'll notice that the female's head structure is more square, more box shape. So just by looking at the head structure of the animal, we can identify if it's a male or female. They do not have the greatest of eyesight. 45, 50 meters after that, it starts getting a little bit blurry for them. But they make up for it in their ears. They got very acute hearing, but the ears play a vital part in the elephant's cooling system. Elephants do not have sweat glands like us, so they can't sweat and cool themselves down. So that's why they flap their ears to cool themselves down. When you interact with Rambo, you're going to get to touch and feel behind his ears. When you do so, please have a look behind his ears, and you'll notice there's a large network of veins closely situated to his skin, and this is what cools the elephant down. If Rambo comes to a watering hole and it's hot during the day, he'll wet behind his ears to cool himself down. If there's a bit of a breeze blowing and it's blowing in the right direction, he'll stand with his ears open. Wind hits him behind his ears. Pretty much acts like a car radiator. Cools the elephant down that way as well. Elephants pump their total blood mass through the ears every 20 minutes. And this will cool the elephant down by 3.5 degrees. Just to tell you a little bit about Rambo's trunk, there's over 100,000 muscle units in Rambo's trunk alone. 6 working muscle groups, and Rambo can lift anywhere between 270 and 500 kgs with his trunk. That's half a ton, guys. So if you had to lift any of us, it's like lifting a loaf of bread for him. Those large tusks that you're viewing, all that they are upper modified incisors. Those 2 little sharp teeth on top of your mouth, that's what you're viewing on the elephant. They also never stop growing, and we're able to tell the age and the size of the elephant by the size of its tusks and the diameter of its front foot. Now the largest tusks are found in a British museum. One tusk weighs in at 109 kgs. Rambo's tusk is weighing about 80 kgs at the moment. They estimated this elephant in the museum to be 12.5 tons. That's 2 of Rambo. Okay, 1 mammoth elephant. Like I said, Rambo's going to lift his trunk and his tusks up, and he's going to open his mouth so you can view inside his mouth at his molars, his second nose, and his tongue. Now, elephants get 144 teeth in their lifetime, 6 sets of teeth, and Rambo will get his last set of molars when he's around about 50 years of age. Have any of you guys ever heard of elephant graveyards? Okay, people are under the perception that elephants go down to a certain area to go and pass on. This is a little bit untrue. What actually happens with the elephant, it's on its last set of molars. It can't eat rough vegetation, big branches, bark of trees, so it moves down to softer pastures, watering holes or watering sources. It'll eat the soft vegetation around the watering hole. It's also at its most heaviest now, so it's backing to support its weight, so it's going to go into the water to become more buoyant as well. When its last set of molars get reabsorbed into its mouth and it no longer has any molars left, it will still continue to drink at the watering hole. Eventually, over time, it is going to starve to death. And that's why we locate their bones and their skulls near these watering sources. I actually don't like to refer to them as elephant graveyards, but the elephant's actually going down there to try and prolong his life a little bit longer. Okay, you'll know